Harry Tumblr absolutely despised hard work. It wasn't just that he disliked it. He thought it was completely pointless. "Why should I bother?" he often said. "Other people work their socks off. And what do they get? Sore backs and wrinkly faces?" So Harry did nothing. When his teacher asked him to do homework, he ate the paper and said his dog had chewed it. When his mother told him to clean his room, he kicked all the mess under the bed and said he was experimenting with a new style of living. When his father asked him to help in the garden, he simply climbed a tree and refused to come down until dinner. "Hard work is for fools," Harry would say, grinning. "I'd rather be clever and find an easy way out." Then, one very strange thing happened. One morning, while skipping school again, Harry came across an old man sitting outside a bakery. The man had a long white beard, twinkling eyes, and a golden walking stick. He was also holding a tiny, beautiful glass bottle. When Harry passed by, the man smiled and said, "You look like a boy who doesn't enjoy work." Harry snorted. "Of course, work is a complete waste of time." The man chuckled. "Then I have just the thing for you." He held up the bottle. "This is the Easy Life Elixir. One sip, and you'll never have to work again." Harry's eyes widened. "Never?" "Never." He grabbed the bottle without a second thought and gulped it down. It tasted like melted chocolate and warm honey and all the best things in the world. And then, whoosh! A strange shiver ran through his body. His arms tingled. His legs felt light. His mind buzzed with excitement. And suddenly, everything became easy. At school, he never needed to study. The answers just popped into his head. At home, he never needed to clean. His room magically tidied itself. At dinner, he never needed to chew. The food simply melted in his mouth. Life was perfect. No work, no effort. No problems. For the first time ever, Harry was happy. At least, at first. But then, something odd started happening. One morning, when he tried to stand up, his legs refused to move. When he tried to brush his teeth, his arms flopped like noodles. When he tried to think of something funny, his mind was completely blank. Panic rushed through him. What was happening? Then, in a flash, he understood. He had stopped using his body. He had stopped using his brain. He had stopped trying, and now they were shutting down. By the time he reached school, his legs were barely working. His teacher asked him a question, and his brain refused to answer. At lunch, he tried to eat, but his hands couldn't even lift the spoon. It was terrifying. No matter how much he wanted to move, to think, to do anything, he couldn't. By evening, he collapsed into bed, frozen like a statue. That night, as he lay stiff and silent, the old man's voice echoed in his head. "You'll never have to work again." The next morning, Harry woke up with a scream. He leapt out of bed, grabbed a broom, and sprinted around the house, sweeping the floors. He ran to school, finished all his homework before class, and even volunteered to carry books for his teacher. He helped his father in the garden until his back was sore, then polished his mother's shoes for good measure. And do you know what? For the first time in his life, he felt amazing. His legs felt strong, his mind felt sharp, his heart felt alive. Hard work wasn't punishment. It was power. And Harry never ever avoided it again. Moral of the story: hard work doesn't make life harder, it makes you stronger.